beagle bees that push into me when she tries to take my blood. It makes my blood pressure go up. And they're like, oh, he's dying. What's the word I'm looking for here? Vicariously gave me that big shit the other day.
We did something nasty with shit in your car. We were playing with Scat, baby. I pissed my pants. I threw up. I'm purposely taking weird shits. We got to go back to normal life. All right, I just listened to it on hyperspeed, and it was confusing.
Huh. Was it just as funny?
Funnier, and then completely tragic.
Huh.
It sounded
kind of like the faces we were describing?
Yeah, basically. It sounded a lot like chipmunks because it was sped up, and I currently have a chipmunk problem in my yards, so I don't even want to be reminded of chipmunks. Like, I don't even know if I enjoy the classic 3 chipmunks anymore because of how much I hate these real life chipmunks.
What about Chip and Dale?
Dancers or that cartoon that no one really watched?
The cartoon that people watched?
No one really watched that.
I think people watched it.
No, you're thinking of DuckTales.
Yeah, people also watched DuckTales. It was within the same time bracket.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We were waiting for DuckTales and didn't give a shit about Chipdales?
Wow.
Now, Chip and Dale's the male exotic dancers. Yeah, I still love them, of course. There's nothing you could do to me in this world.
We love them. Can you imagine if we got a Chip and Dale sponsor?
Oh, shit. And then we have to be Chip and Dale's dancers?
I mean, if they like weird misshapen bodies.
I mean, it's pretty much us.
We got what they want.
It's pretty much us just remaking the classic Patrick Swayze, Chris Farley SNL sketch.
Except we're both Chris Farley.
Yeah, I was gonna say it, but then I didn't want to. But
yeah, well, we all know it's true. It's okay, and it's okay to be true.
I mean, it's
not as long as we die like Farley.
We can't keep bringing this up. I don't want to say we're exactly Chris Farley.
Girl, you looking good as Farley's death thing. No, that doesn't work.
We're not. We're more Chris Farley than we are Patrick Swayze, but that doesn't make us Chris Farley, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. Yeah, like, I mean, like, we got some extra padding, but, like, we're not, like, you know, like, we're still, like, attractive.
I mean, we technically haven't seen each other in person for months, so it's hard to say.
I mean, yeah, oh, God, what are we going to do when we see each other and we're like, oh, hey, man, you're looking good, but in our heads, we're both like, God, what a fat bastard. He really let himself go.
Yeah, I mean, you got to chalk it up.
But to, like, all of us, to everybody, all 4 of us see each other and we're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, well, I managed to, I saw the other dads, and so it's really just you, which makes this even funnier and crazier, because it's like you're like the Phantom of the Opera in my mind right now.
I love this.
Yeah, and I really don't know, because I feel like I guess none of us really, but we don't post, like, pictures either, you know what I mean? Like, of our bodies so much, and there's not a lot to take, like...
I mean, we're kind of all grown men.
Yeah,
so,
I mean...
we don't really...
Well, I take the pictures.
We don't have OnlyFans.
I take the pictures constantly.
I do not. I do not take pictures of my body.
I mean, maybe you should try.
In fact, I'm at the point... I'm at the point these days where I don't even like being seen on camera, because, like, I'm horrid looking.
Yeah, I know. I don't like seeing myself in the mirror. Some days I do.
I know.
Some days I don't.
I like catch myself like crossing in a mirror, and I'm like, oh God, it's not a monster. It's just me.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been like that for a minute now.
I mean, what are you gonna do? At a certain point, you just got to learn to live with it.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do, folks? It's the Dapper Dads episode 149. Look at us. It just doesn't stop with this shit.
We just keep going for some reason.
Which sucks, because it's pretty clear 150, which we both are big fans of that number, is going to be recorded like this.
Yeah, it's a goddamn shame. With
my professional sound and Imposter Slim. That's right, folks. It's not even him.
This is why that we were supposed to reveal that on 150, not 149. What are we going to do for 150 now?
I don't know. Bring back the original Slim. # bring back Slim. I'm sick of this shit.
I think the original Slim is dead.
Did you kill him, or?
We haven't heard from him.
Okay, the way you said that seems like one of us has.
It's ominous.
Yeah, we haven't heard from him.
We haven't heard from Slim. Has anyone heard from Slim?
Yeah, and he's just the real Slim is tied up under your feet with a gag, and you're just using him as an ottoman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, are you vacuuming while you're doing this?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm sorry. I have a morning routine that cannot be interrupted by the show.
Do you even have carpet?
Yeah, I have carpet. You've been to my house.
I know, I don't remember. Damn.
Oh,
I meant in your
you
room.
were the worst type of person for this. You think I got, like, new bath mats after you puked for some reason. Even though they were the same bath mats, you just puked on them. And then, like, you can't remember if I have carpet after you guys have soiled my carpets.
I meant in your room.
Oh, no, there's wood floors.
Yeah, you piece of shit. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm the piece of shit.
Sorry, I don't keep tabs on who has carpet and where. I knew you had carpet in your other area.
Hey, Brahma, do you have carpet in your house?
Only in one room now. You piece of shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been over in a while. Makes me sad.
I mean, like, yeah,
I've been hanging out outside with the chipmunks, but you won't let me in.
yeah, there's a fuck ton of carpet outside because I get sick of mowing the lawn, so I made my lawn carpet. It's nice to walk.
We've all
in.
been hanging out on it, rolling in it, peeing on it, scooting our butts on it like dogs.
Yeah, my dog did that last night, and I was like, God damn it,
on the one room in the one room carpet.
No, she better not do it on the one room carpet.
Oh.
No, I'm talking about the outside carpet.
Above you. I don't know what's the one room with carpet now?
My bedroom.
Okay, so she's in there right now, and she's just, like, I know where that is adjacent to where you're at right now.
Oh yeah.
You're like, you better not be in there. She's just in there scooting around real quietly because she knows you're busy.
No, it's real loud because she knows I'm occupied. I can't come get her.
Haunting you.
Yeah, just really scraping it on the ground. She does this thing in that room with the carpet sometimes, and I can't catch her, and I can't understand where it's coming from. But she, like, kind of digs in the carpet, but not, like, aggressively. Just, like, kind of drags her nails in the front. And, like, you can hear it, and then I'll go in there, and you know how she is always, like, looks, like, guilty and sad? So I'm like, what is the purpose? I don't understand why you do this. Are you, like, your paws itchy? Like, what the hell is
it? And this is the only place to itch them?
Yeah, because it's weird, and I've never caught her, like, in the act, because she'll hear me coming, and then she just looks sad and guilty, and I'm like, I'm not mad, what the fuck is the point of this?
Like, why?
Yeah, but, I don't know.
So it's like the top of her claws? Like the top of her paws?
No, it's like, it seems like she lays down, and then she extends her paws out, and then she, like, scratches the carpet, kind of like digging, but not like digging. I feel
know
like
exactly
she would
what you're talking about.
Yeah, she would just rip up the carpet if she was digging. It's more like a little, I don't know. It's weird.
It's like when you stretch. It's kind of like when you stretch and your legs do that shake thing. But when dogs do it, they just kind of like it's like they're pulling themselves forward a little bit, but they're not moving. You know.
Well, she does that too all the time, especially outside. That's like an army crawl. But this is like she specifically continues to scratch because you can hear it and it's like and like even if if I'm not home, I can come in and I'll see it like on the ground, like traces of it. I don't know. This is not a riveting podcast.
This is weird and specific.
Yeah, this is just a man trying to figure out a weird tick that his dog occasionally has.
This is what happens when we don't get to see each other for a while.
I know, but I have a story, and we'll get to it eventually. First, you go to www.thedapperdads.com. You go there and just, you know what I mean? Just check in.
Just do everything that's on there.
See what's happening. See what was the last episode I posted. Wonder why I don't just post them. It's very simple to do. I've done it without problem for a long time, but recently, I just haven't been doing it, you know? Just don't feel like doing it.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm a bastard. And if you're a bastard, call 402-7-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. You don't have to be an actual bastard. You could be a self-proclaimed bastard. Give us a call. Leave us a voicemail.
Your last
Nobody
name could
does
be
it.
Bastard.
Yes, John Bastard.
Bob Bastard.
That doesn't even sound real. That works too well.
And that's why he has to be named that. because his last name was Bastard, and his mother gave birth to him, and his dad was like Robert, and they're like, Robert? So what? So what? Robert Bastard? Yeah, it's a handsome name. And then later in life, he's like Bob Bastard, and his wife's like, son of a bitch, you got me.
Robert, I barely know her.
Bob Bastard, hardly knew her.
That implies she's dead.
Ugh.
Yeah, new, just simply saying new changes everything.
Hardly knew her.
Anyway, give us a call or a text. We know you won't do it, but we're legally required to say it.
By contract, we have to tell you to do it. Please do it. Someone do it before they kill us.
Send an email to dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com with whatever you want. Guess what? We have one.
An email?
An email.
Interesting.
Some electronic mail correspondence from somewhere in the world. It's going to be riveting to hear.
I would have preferred a letter.
I would have preferred a letter too, but yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give my address.
Yeah, I'll give them mine.
Yeah, you will. You want me to say it right now?
But you got to go to patreon.com/dapperdads.
Yeah.
Pay the money, do the thing.
If you do that, you get stuff in the mail. We send you stuff if you don't already have the stuff. It's stickers and koozies. Spoiler alert. You can get them too if you don't do the Patreon because they're free. I feel like we haven't said this in forever. People probably aren't using stickers. You're probably using koozies, or you should be, because if you're anything like me, you're drinking a lot of beers. So
yeah, I'm a little hungover this morning myself.
Yeah, I know. You texted me last night and you seemed pretty drunk. I was also. Yeah, do the Patreon.
You don't need your stuff now, man.
Do the Patreon, and you can get the stuff if you don't do the Patreon. That's probably not the best sales pitch, but we don't really give a shit, man. We're for the people, okay?
We do what we want, and we're happy.
Yeah, there's no fucking dudes here telling us.
There's no timeline for this. There's no guide for this. We just do it.
Yeah, there's no men in suits telling us how to think and how to feel. This is raw.
There's no manual, man. There's no corporate handbook, man. There's no established rules, man.
There needs to be.
There should be, man. The whole office is fucked up, man. No one's vacuumed in a while, man.
And then go to Twitter @DapperDads. Follow us, retweet us, heart the stuff. It's all great, probably.
It's all genius.
Do the same thing on Instagram, but it's @DapperDadsPodcast. We'll post something maybe one day. There hasn't been posts. We don't know what the hell we're doing anymore. Nothing's real. Everything sucks.
Doing it. Everything sucks and it's fake, so you think it'd be good, but it's not.
No, not at all. Anyways, I threw up the other night.
Is this the story?
Yeah, unfortunately. Which sucks.
Why did you?
Huh?
Are you pregnant?
With emotion.
I was saying, you've been throwing up a lot.
No, I haven't. I haven't in a long time. And you fucking jinxed me. Because on the last episode, we talked about throwing up. And you were like, when's the last time you threw up? And I was like, I don't know. It's been a long time. And then, yeah, you fucking cursed me. And
You're welcome.
I Ralphed real violently. Not even really violently. I was just... I feel like I didn't even drink that much more than normal. It was Friday night. I was, getting into it. And, yeah, I thought it was, like, pretty run-of-the-mill. I did have some summer shandies because I hadn't had them in a while. Last year was just overrun by Natter Days. So I was like, let's get some summer shandy. Switch things up. You know what I mean? It's been a minute. See how that goes.
How were they? I've thought about... We're selling them at work in 6-packs for a decent price. Mm-hmm. And I've thought about getting one, but I still have so much beer in my fridge that I need to drink. I don't need to buy anymore,
Right. Yeah, I thought it was good. It was refreshing. It was kind of surprising because it'd been so long since I had them. And obviously, like, the Natter Days is, a constant staple. So I'd forgotten about it. But yeah, they were super good. But then with the barfing, I feel like that was the thing that, like, stood out the most to me. So I don't know about the future of them for me.
Sad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'll get over it. But, yeah, I was just drinking like normal. Oh, I played Flippy Cup. A lot of Flippy Cup. And I think that's what
that'll do you.
Yeah, it sneaks up on you. And especially, I think the last round that I played, I like poured the beer, and then I was like talking and listening to music, not paying attention, and then I think I poured the beer again, not realizing it was in there. So then, like, when I went to do it, like to drink it, I was like, this is a fuck ton of beer. And it was just one of those, sometimes just a little thing like that can be like what just completely pushes you over the edge. And
Right, yeah.
I think that's what did it. I didn't feel bad, and then I went inside and I heated up some leftover macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes and
Oh,
gravy from KFC.
from where?
KFC. Yeah. Well, I
Yummy,
had
but
eaten.
gross. No wonder you puked. Oh, you ate KFC and then played Flippy Cup?
No, I played Flippy Cup and then I ate KFC leftovers. But the sides
Ugh.
are fine. I personally had the Long John Silver's most unhealthy meal you can eat, and it was great.
Good choice.
But the hush puppies were going to take 20 minutes, so I couldn't get the hush puppies. Upsetting.
That sucks.
I think if I would have got the hush puppies, I wouldn't have been in this predicament of barfing. I'm going to put that out there on
You
record.
should have told them to just give you extra crunchies. Just put crunchies where the hush puppies would have been.
No, that's not okay. That's offensive.
I'd be fine with it, honestly, if they would just give me a box of crunchies instead. I mean, it's not equivalent, but if I got to wait 22 minutes, I'll take a box full of crunchies instead of some hush puppies.
I don't like the crunchies. I don't get the crunchies. Usually
I
they're just
love
there.
the crunchies. My grandma used to go in and order just a box of crunchies with her meal.
That shouldn't be allowed. I'm sorry.
They let you do it. Go in and do it.
They let you do anything. You can buy fucking 64 ounces of pop.
Holy shit, that's a lot.
It's a huge cup.
What is that, a half gallon?
It's like they call it like a bucket or something. It shouldn't exist. It's fucking crazy.
A bucket of Mountain Dew with the most unhealthy fried fast food meal you can get.
And I'm pretty sure if you go in, they have one of those machines where you can like really jazz up the sodas.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which are the best.
Yeah, but sometimes I feel like there's too many flavors and you get like a little leftover whatever someone else did. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
That's my problem.
That's why you got to let it run for a second or two before you put your stuff in it.
I just let it run for minutes until someone stops me.
Days.
Yeah.
You're like, no. I tasted a hint of vanilla root beer in this and I don't want it.
I do a hard lean like you do outside of a high school when you're smoking a cigarette to show kids what their future is going to be like. But my hand is on several of the options of the pop and it is just pouring everywhere and people are like,
it's just
stop
pouring flavors out.
And I'm also
stop, what the fuck?
I'm also smoking traditionally inside of the place.
And you've got 4 lit cigarettes in your mouth and you're lighting more as you're doing this.
Yeah, because I'm trying to let people know it's going to be a minute, okay? Chill out.
Let people know it's going to be a minute. And smoking is cool as fuck when you got nothing else to do.
Yeah, trying to run the machine till it gets to the point where when you come up next, you're going to fill up half of your cup and then it's going to blast carbonation right when you're about to be done. So it really fucks you because you're like, God, if I would have just not filled the cup up, I would have been fine. Maybe since it was just one small blast of carbonation, it won't be that bad. And then you taste it and you're like, oh,
bad.
This is acid. This is liquid acid.
Straight acid.
And then you're like, I don't want to be an inconvenience, but could someone change the Mountain Dew? I think it's just carbonation. And then they never believe you.
They look at you like you. They look at you like you. First, they don't believe you. Then when you prove it to them, they look at you like you've crucified their mother, and then they now have to load Mountain Dew flavor about it.
Yeah, and half the time they're like, I'm the only one here, and I can't do that right now. And you're like, it feels like you could, or you could just let me do it. I did it when I worked at Chuck E. Cheese several decades ago.
I know how to do it. I'm happy to do it. I just want some Mountain Dew.
Yeah, but it always starts with them not believing you, and it's like, you fucking bitch. It's a thing that happens constantly. Like, that's how you know you need to change it, is that this thing happens. It's not like this happens once in a blue moon. This probably happens almost daily for you, or frequently for you. The carbonation runs. I'm not trying to get sweet, sweet, fresh dew, even though it is the best, and we all know that.
We all know it.
I'm trying to get the syrup in my cup so I can just drink that, cut down on all these burps I've been having.
Had to get some straight Mountain Dew Code Red syrup and just straight line it.
Oh my God. Could you imagine holding it up above your head and letting it slowly drain into your mouth? Like a Mountain Dew cum shot?
Oh, Jesus. I was thinking more like honey, but I mean, if it's got to be a cum shot, I get,
Well, Well, my cum shots are like honey.
You need to go to a doctor, and then we need to watch more Bukake films.
I don't know if it's the time to go to the doctor, and I feel like if I ever go to the doctor for something,
Time to go to the doctor. Okay, what and what's going on right now? Just you not feeling well? What's going on? I need to have bigger Mountain Dew flavored cums.
Yeah, I got a bad case of the honeycombs, officer. I mean, doctor.
I got a bad case of the do. I got a bad case of the do comes, officer. I mean, officer. I mean, whatever the fuck you are,
nurse.
doctor, man, nurse. Can I get a nurse? Can I get a nurse in here?
Hot nurse, no man nurse. It's
Hot
okay.
nurse, big boobs, big boobs. Make sure she's got boobs that are huge.
She better not have
big
boobs.
Old boobs that push into me when she tries to take my blood. It makes my blood pressure go up. And they're like, oh, he's dying. And I'm like, I'm not dying.
I just started living.
I'm not dying. I'm living, bitch.
Yeah, she can't have boobs. She has to have boobs.
She has to have boobs.
You know the fucking
boobs.
difference.
The girl had boobs on her shirt.
What fucking medical chart do I have to pull down in here to show you idiots the difference between boobs and boobs?
Boobs, the boobs.
We all love boobs, but we go gaga goo goo over boobs.
I hate that you use like baby talk words specifically for that. It was I don't know. I don't like it.
I mean, boobs, babies.
Did you say you go bonkers for boobs?
I wish I would have. You know what I mean? It's going to be one of the biggest regrets of my life when I'm on my deathbed. I'll never forget that I didn't say bonkers for boobs. I said goo goo gaga when I actually meant to say gadzooks, which would have been better.
Gadzooks for boobs?
Yeah, a lot of things happened, and I'll never forget this moment.
I'm bazonkas for boobs.
Yeah, I mean, we could have made a lot of
different choices. And the nurse is like, can we please just take your temperature, sir?
Can we please just pull the plug? And my family's like, thank you. You never want to be the one to say it. It's like at the office where you don't want to get up and be the first one to take the donuts, but what are we going to do? Just let the donuts sit here? Let's break the ice and kill this old man already.
Man, I want to fucking, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get the first pick of it because I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to be the guy that goes up to the donut box and takes the Bismarck. I want the Bismarck with the raspberry filling. Jan, I'm tired of you taking it from me.
Now pull my fucking plug.
Now pull the fucking plug. What's up?
Yeah.
And then I die.
Yeah, they're like, what was his last word?
Immediately, like that plug was the last thing holding me in for some reason. But I seemed perfectly fine. Like I was like laughing and like throwing
very
my baby in the air for some reason. Plug comes out. I'm just withered and old. I turn into half dust. They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're like, you always hear about it. You always hear about pulling the plug, but I did not know it worked like that. Wow.
You always hear about pulling the plug, but you never realize your loved one turns into half ash in front of you when you do it.
Yeah, and the worst part is the top half is all the ash. They're like, oh my god, he disappeared.
And then you gotta get
oh my god, he disappeared, and then you pull the blanket back, and it's just your lower half naked.
No, my family has to see my dong.
Yeah, your old dead dong, which is different.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, huge balls.
My little buddy. We had so much fun in life.
And then they got to see your butt cheeks when they flop your body over onto a stretcher.
Shit.
I mean, it's technically not a body. I don't know what you call it. Your stubs.
Corpse.
Oh, yeah.
Half corpse?
Classic half corpse scenario.
Classic half corpse. Can I get some oysters on half shell and a half corpse? Can I get oysters on half corpse?
I forgot where we were with the puking, but oh yeah, so I get the leftover KFC. I immediately pour gravy all over the crotch of my shorts as I sit down to watch the Teddy Perkins episode of Atlanta. And then after eating most of this, and being about halfway through the episode, I realized that I do not feel well whatsoever, which is funny because I'm always like, when I wake up and I don't feel great, or I go to lay in bed and you're suddenly like, oh, I don't feel good either. I'm always like, man, I bet if I ate after a night of drinking before I went to bed, I would be solid.
I would feel fine, yeah.
And this was like very much the opposite, because then I was like, oh yeah, I gotta go to bed. And I like went and I got in bed, and then I got the hiccups. And not my traditional once a day hiccup, like a full blown case of the hiccups that I could not get to go away. And that was
So you had two different things happen.
What do you mean?
You had a full blown case of hiccups and you puked.
Oh yeah, well I think they went hand in hand, which is crazy because yeah, I could not get the hiccups to go away, and it was making me feel like more sick with each hiccup. And then you get that delay where you're like, I think I got them. I can finally fall. And you're like, oh my God, I'd rather die than live like this.
Oh, I hate that so fucking much because you're finally like, oh, sweet relief. It's
Yeah, it's like the cruelest joke that can be played. But then, in another cruel twist of fate, I fall asleep, finally. I don't even know if I got rid of the hiccups. I just like passed out finally. And like I said on the last episode, that's usually my go-to is to pass out, and I'm usually good. I might wake up and not feel great, but like literally only once in my life have I woke up the next morning after a night of drinking and thrown up. So I'm usually in the clear.
Yeah.
And then I wake up, I have no idea what time it is, but I feel like it wasn't like very long. And it's just one of those where you wake up and you're like, oh, so we're going to do it, huh? We're really going to do this? We're going to put our big boy pants on, go throw up. And so I rushed to the bathroom, and then I like lift the toilet seat up. The first one, I feel like I'm not even down on the ground yet. Like I'm throwing up as I'm like bending over. And then another short one, and that ended up being it for like actual vomiting. So it was like pretty cut and dry. Well, not really. Pretty cut and wet, I guess. Chunky. Very chunky.
Pretty cut and chunky and fucking acidy and bad.
Very acidy. But then I was like, I'm going to get in the shower, which it's crazy that it has taken me this long to understand that is like by far the best thing you can do. The place
to puke.
Yeah. Not even just puke, just like the cleanup afterwards, because I got to spit so much to try to get this acid out. I'm blowing my nose like crazy, and things are coming out. And there was a thing like about the size of a quarter came out of my left nostril into the shower. Big hard chunk of God knows what. And I just stomp it down the drain, to be completely honest with you, and only you, because no one else is listening. And then I had to sit on the...
They're fast-forwarding through this segment.
Yeah, you should. And they tried to fast-forward earlier, and then they're like, oh, they must be done with the puke talk, and then it came back into it. But
we actually keep it up for the next hour.
I'd love to. The huge dad life pro tip, just get in the shower. Even if you're going to puke in it, you just might have to push some things down the drain. But definitely after, because just spit and get all that shit. And I was like gargling shower water to try to get that acid out of my throat. I'm blowing my nose wherever the fuck I feel like giant things are flying out of it. It's just, you know what I mean? It's the most efficient way to do it. So if you're going to puke, get in the shower. And then I went to bed, and that was about it. But I was just, again, I felt defeated by my life choices, and I was sad to have puked. I like to go as long as possible without doing it. I think the last time was the case race, if I had to recall correctly.
Yeah. Last time I can remember.
Yeah.
And God knows I have to be over here keeping track of the pukes.
Yeah, put another tally on the board, and let's hope it takes at least over another year. It sucks, and that's.
I feel like I gag a lot every day, but I can't remember the last time I puked last time I puked at the last time I puked from drinking was the beer Olympics.
No, it wasn't.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you had a big one just a couple months ago. Real?
Oh yeah, that's right. We both threw up from drinking this year.
Yeah, but like yours, like I hate though. Like there's pros and cons here. Mine, I felt like it was a regular night of drinking. Like I really, besides the flippy cup, but I still don't think, like I wasn't like hammered. I was pretty drunk, but like.
Right, it wasn't justified.
Like what you did was like, you fucked yourself. And like everyone was like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Like, of course he's throwing up. He's like doing shots and like uncharacteristic shit. Just really getting after it. Crazy, drinking a cup of just other drinks poured together as a joke. Like he's, you know what I mean?
Did I do that?
Yeah. I don't remember why.
Oh, I don't recall that.
Yeah, because we all pitched in, and I was drinking the PBR coffee for like the first time, I think. And then.
Well, that's for sure what made me puke.
Yeah, but you did it because what were we playing? Were we playing Circle of Death?
Was it?
I feel like it was. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty positive that's what it was. And
God, I
then
hate this. I hate it when I get new details about things like months after they've happened that make perfect sense because then my brain starts trying to piece it all together and it sucks.
I told you about this, and you were like so about it. And I feel like even without this, you still would have puked because you just went crazy with the shots and just you came out of the gates like a fucking horse on steroids. But
I really needed to get drunk. I don't know what you want me to say.
oh no, I don't fault you, and it was fine and hilarious, and we got some of the best pictures that I've ever seen and been a part of in my entire life. So I have no
You're
quarrels with
welcome.
it. You also like
You're welcome.
you were annoying, but then you just blacked out, and it was great. But yeah, we I think you lost. You either like broke the circle, or it must have been that because if you cracked the top, then you would have drank that. But then yeah,
Yeah.
it was like a shorter cup, and I think someone said it, and then you're like, yeah, fucking do it, pour whatever in there. And I had PBR coffee. I didn't go crazy with it because I didn't think he would be like accepting of that because it's so grotesquely different from the other things. And then yeah, you had like a Mike's Hard Lemonade, and then there was just like a beer, and then yeah, whatever we had, but we all had like pretty different things. And then you drank it, and you of course were like, I like it a lot because you're garbage sometimes with your tastes.
Yeah, well, what can I say? Sometimes you try to fuck me over and you end up losing.
But yeah, so yours, I feel like you at least like had something to show for it, but then your pukes were big and extended. I got
My
like,
pukes were large,
yeah, yours were
scary.
out of control. I got like regular drunk and don't feel like I should have even thrown up, but it was too like that's probably the like littlest I've thrown up when I've thrown up. You know what I mean? Like you've seen it. I
Uh-huh.
usually like it's gonna be a whole to do. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
the rest of my week is going to be tarnished with how much time I'm going to spend puking for the next couple of hours and then blacking out on the floor and then puking and then blacking out.
And then puking and blacking out, and
Yeah.
then you're puking, and
Yeah.
then you're shitting, and then you're puking, and then you're shitting, and then you're squishing and farting and squishing and farting.
Well, that was only the one time when I was puking and then I had to shit and I had to turn around and shit onto my puke. Wow,
Phew.
this is great. This is what the people want. A real classy
Well, this is what
affair
the
we
people
have.
expect.
It is, unfortunately. Speaking of shit, you want a colon cleanse update?
Of course I do, because I think you somehow inadvertently, what's the word I'm looking for here? Vicariously gave me that big shit the other day.
I'm happy for you because the main thing I would like to report because how I said my goal was to have a big meaningful shit
Uh
um
huh.
and how I feel like I've never gotten it all out, and this sounded in my head like a cleanse would get it all out and I would feel so empty. Now it just constantly is unfulfilling. And they've been big sometimes, but it still feels like there's more. And it's probably because I'm not done with the cleanse and there is more, but it's to the point where you're like, how much can I shit?
Uh huh.
But the first day,
Turns out a lot.
yeah, it's a lot and it's weird, but yeah, it progresses. First day, because you take it like the night before, I took it Sunday night. Monday morning, I woke up. I could feel it. Like I could feel there was something different with my body. I drank some coffee, and then I felt like I might have to shit. I couldn't really tell. I felt like there was definitely farts, and I'm scared with this. Any fart could be, a
Yeah,
disastrous
as
scenario.
you should be, rightfully so.
Yeah, I'm being very cautious. So I went and I sat down, and it was primarily farts, and then like maybe one little nugget of shit. And I was like, well, that is the worst thing because I was excited about this and thought
No,
immediately,
that just means your body's cooking.
yeah. And then I think later there was like another one that was like a pretty normal shit. Day number two in the morning, I like felt it way more. It's basically you just have stomach cramps like pretty often out of nowhere, and then you take a shit about it, and that's pretty much only what happens with it. And
Okay.
I think it was the second day where I was like, oh yeah, I feel like there's like a lot of farts to be had here, but I'm scared again it will be a shit. So it was the same thing like with my morning coffee. Went to take a shit, and it was the craziest farts I think I've ever experienced in my life. They were painful towards the end. It's like they build up to like bigger and bigger, and then they felt like sharp. You know when you take a sharp shit?
Oh, I hate sharp shits. Those are the worst. Why do those even happen?
I know. What did I do? It's like
Is it the shit that makes you feel like that, or is it something happening with your asshole that makes you feel like that?
it feels like a combination of both. I don't know how to explain it, but it is funny
Yeah,
because
yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean because you're doing it and you're like, this sucks. I don't want to do it, but you got to get it out so it stops.
right, and it's funny because you can just say the term sharp shits, and almost everyone is like, yeah, those suck. But it's even worse when it's just a fart. Like, and you feel
A
them just
sharp
getting
fart.
bigger, and it felt like the same like type of like pain of when you have a sharp shit, but it was just with a fart.
Mm,
I also wanted to interject with the story.
concerning.
Yesterday, I was driving and I had to get gas, and so I stopped at a random gas station. I'm pumping my gas, and then the little screen that you read to like swipe your card and do all the stuff. While I start pumping the gas, it just says, "Wombats are the only animal that have cube-shaped scat." Ouch.
What?
Yeah, it just said that the
So
end.
it's shaped like cubes?
Yeah, their shit is shaped like cubes.
How do they, and they just push it out like, and they just have normal buttholes? They don't have square buttholes?
I honestly have no idea. I literally was just pumping the gas and I glanced at it and then I was like, why is this telling me that? Like where? And then I thought, oh, it's going to cycle through facts like while I'm standing here, you know what I mean? And I just landed on a
Mm-hmm.
weird first one. And the entire time I pumped gas, it just simply said, "Wombats are the only animal that have cube-shaped scat." Ouch.
Ouch.
Yeah, I took a picture of it because I was like, what the fuck is this?
I
Like,
think
why would
somebody
this?
hacked into that gas station terminal to fuck with you.
Yeah, in the weirdest way. Like, just to give me the weirdest fact that
I
now
mean,
I'll
I don't
never
think it was
forget.
targeted at you. I think it was for whoever was going to go there and pump the gas.
Well, I mean, but yeah, it's also just a weird thing to put. And I couldn't get over the term scat.
Ouch.
Well, the
I
ouch,
couldn't,
too.
I can't get over the ouch. Did it have an exclamation point?
No, it was just it was like cube shaped scat, period. Ouch, period.
Oh, that's just so nonchalant. It should be like ouch, like it's trying to be fun, like a
Right.
fun fact maybe.
Yeah, I don't. It was the most random fact, and I couldn't get over the use of the term scat because I feel like there's got to be people who would read that and not even know what that is. Why wouldn't you
Yeah,
just say
I
poop?
mean, I mean, I feel like it's a lot of because you can't just say poop. I
Why
feel like
not?
scats are more like yeah. Well, what would you rather say instead of scat or poop? I feel like you can't just say poop.
Feces? If you want to be like
I mean,
real
yeah,
clinical about it and make it an actual
yeah, that's about
stat,
as. I mean, yeah, I guess that is. It takes away the fun in the fact, but it's a fact, all right.
scat sounds filthy to me.
It was feces sounds equally filthy.
Feces doesn't sound filthy. It sounds like very literal
It's
and like,
clinical, but
yeah.
like when I think feces, I think like clinical shit.
So if I tell you you're gonna open this door, you're gonna walk into the room, on the floor there will be a
Okay.
pile of feces, a pile of scat,
Uh-huh.
and a pile of poop. What is the
Okay.
ranking for how disgusting you imagine they're gonna be before you even open the door?
Okay. Okay, so feces, scat, and poop.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like feces is gonna have the most volume.
Okay.
And so therefore I'm picturing like a gigantic cow pie, but perhaps like an elephant pie. Perhaps like a large pile of it. So like when you say feces, I picture like a large quantity. When you
Oh,
say scat, I picture like a forest animal, like a raccoon or a possum or like, a weevil. And it's just leaving like a tiny little trail of shit.
uh-huh.
And so when I hear scat, I just think like, or like deer even maybe, or like even up to like a bear, like bear scat, think like
Okay.
a neat, efficient little pile of animal shit. Then when you say
Okay.
poop, I just think like a log of it. Like there's like a log of poop sitting there. So like if you're like think of it this way. Okay, what sounds worse? If you were like someone's like there's a poop in your car, there's some scat in your car, or there's some feces in your car.
Well, for that, I feel like if someone says there's a poop in your car, someone just took a shit in my car, like pretty normal.
Yeah.
It, how
Well,
the
someone
actual
so poop,
how, How the actual shit looks is we'll have to wait and see. If someone says there's feces in your car, I immediately think it's a crime scene because feces was involved. If somebody's like
Immediately.
there's scat in your car, I feel like there was a like it was like a sexual thing, or there's some other. It wasn't just like I took a fun joke, shit in your car. I killed someone and they shit in your car. It's like we did something nasty with shit in your car. We were playing with scat, baby.
We were scatting in your car, baby. Skiddly bebop, cornbread and beans. I shit in your seats.
Yeah, something like that. Where I'm like, I can't believe someone scatted in my car.
I can't believe that someone scattered feces all over this interior of this nice. I don't know what's a nice car that we could afford.
We'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. We don't know what a nice car is.
Can we take your car? Mine has scat in it.
Can we? Oh no, I'm afraid mine has feces in the back seat.
No, never mind then. They clearly need.
Never mind. We'll take mine. Scat is not as bad as feces.
Well, feces, you can't contaminate that. Someone in a lab coat needs to come and investigate that because it's feces.
Yeah, they need to come do a scraping.
Scat, I have to pay some guy that my dad knows $30 to get out of it.
Yeah, if there's some scat in the car, I gotta pay like some guy named like Bob. He shows up. He's got like a weird mustache, and like he's like very heavy set. Like you can tell he's been eating like way too bad for like way too long. But like this is just what he does. You know, no wedding ring on the finger.
Right.
Tragic. All he does is come around and clean the scat out of cars, and then line his jaw with dip and spit everywhere. Except sometimes he swallows the juice when he can't spit, and it doesn't seem to bother him.
Yeah, and he's like, got another scat on your hands, huh? And then he looks at it and he's like, oh, that's a good one. And you're like, well, what even quantifies that? You know, like
he's like, whoa, this is a good scat this time, boy. Let me tell you. You're like, what qualifies as a good scat here, man? I'm just curious because like,
just the sheer shock of trying to even figure out how the fuck we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
Just the bewilderment of your dad's weird ass friend that you've known for almost 30 plus years. He was there when you were born somehow.
Yeah.
And
he used to change my diapers.
He's like, yeah, this is here, doggies, this is a good scat. And you just cannot understand for the life of you. What defines a good scat here, man? Come on, Bob, tell me.
Yeah, it's one of those things where he's like coughing and gagging and can't really look at it, and he's like, oh boy, this is a good one. And you're like, do you mean bad? Like, is this like when you say like she's a bad bitch and it means she's actually hot? Is it like an oxymoron? Yeah. Is it the opposite?
He's like, oh no. He's like, the smell is so fucking awful. I wish I could bag it up and smell it later. You're like, yeah. Well then which is it?
Yeah, what do you want from this?
Like, God, is this like do you like McJinkum with this or something? Oh no, I'm not some kind of pervert or anything. I'm just here to clean it up. What's your problem? Then he's going back and telling your dad, I think your son's some kind of scat pervert.
You know, your typical scat pervert.
What do you mean? And he's breathing real hard while eating a Maxwell Polish with mustard and onions on it. He's like, well, you know, I hate to tell you about it, but I was cleaning the scat out of his car. And, you know, I'm starting to think that all this different scat, it's not coming from animals. You feel me?
He's eating it while still sitting next to the bag of open scat. That is very stinky.
Oh, yeah. He prefers to eat that way. Like, he likes to eat next to the smell of it. He's like, it makes me feel more alive. It's like, have you ever thought that this could be the source of your breathing problems, man? That the fact that you, like, are just huffing raw scat all day while you're trying to eat?
Yeah, he's like,
no, I haven't thought of it.
After all of my years in this profession, you don't even smell the scat anymore.
You don't fucking talk to me that way. I was there when you were born.
I used to change your diapers. A lot of scat yourself.
I used to change your diapers. You were scatting a lot in those things. I would take that scat too.
Yeah, if you give
do what? Would you? I with my scat when I was a baby.
If you give me enough time, I gotta go in the basement, look up your old scat. I think I got it in a jar somewhere.
He's got his own baby book, but it's just like pictures of you and scat and like shit in your pants.
Yeah, it's just an index of all the shits you made.
oh, you really filled up the diaper with this one. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, my personal shits. Mostly what I've noticed is, like if you take a shit and you like leave it in the toilet for a bit and then it kind of like looks like it's starting to fall apart and deteriorate around the
Yeah, it gets like
edges.
waterlogged like a corpse.
Yeah. So that's what's coming out of me. That's what they all look like now. They're pretty
So it's like
soft.
the stuff that's inside of you is already waterlogged?
I don't know. It just looks like that. Just like soft and like, yeah, fuzzy. You know how it kind of looks fuzzy? It's not the best term to describe it.
Yeah.
It's not like I have moldy shits. I don't want it to be misconstrued here. My shits are not moldy at all.
They're not
Not even a
moldy.
little
I'm
bit.
not. I'm not rotting on the inside.
Yeah,
I don't
like
need a dehumidifier installed in my guts to make me less wet on the inside.
yeah, like there's no way you would confuse my shits for moldy shits. It was just, yeah, just a poor use of words. My shits are not fine. I don't want to say they're fine because they're very different, but they're just definitely
They
not moldy.
could they be ran through a mesh strainer and like just go through it, like just everything just washes through?
No, you would have to apply some force. They're very soft, and that's the thing. Like I've been waiting for like a pretty liquidy shit. Like when I signed up for this, I assumed shortly after liquidy shits would be involved. And currently, there
See,
hasn't
I
been a
wasn't
single
thinking
one.
liquidy.
Well,
I
like,
don't think liquidy is going to happen. I think it's just going to be. I think it's going to continue to be these like fuzzy ones until it's like such a massive volume that it's frightening, and then it's just going to dwindle, and then you'll be done.
well, yeah, there's been some big ones, and there's a lot of times where like I go, like I have to take a shit, I get in there, it starts, there's like a decent amount, and then I feel like I could pack it up and continue on down the dusty trail, like we say, and I hang around a little longer, and then like a ton comes out, and I'm like, thank God I didn't like
Huh.
give up. But like yesterday, it was weird, like they were like smaller, like a straw, like a shit straw, and they're like a pretty
Okay.
lighter color. They look very soft. I haven't touched them at all, but they look like they would be very soft. Um,
You're not in there with tweezers, like taking samples or anything.
Tweezers are gonna run right through it. I can guarantee you, and not because I've touched them even a little bit,
Mm.
but it's just very
Yeah.
clear tweezers are gonna like.
I want to stress I have not touched them even a little bit.
Yeah, I did have one day when I was done, I was wiping my ass, standing up like a true American hero, and then another one came out. Was you know what I mean? I was wiping and it started to just sneak out, and I had to kind of swing
Uh-huh.
my ass around and toss it into the toilet.
Oh
So that was
God.
surprising. But yeah,
So it
pretty
sounds
much.
like it's good to be. Is it good to be home while all this is happening? Or are you glad you're not at like a workplace?
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, it's not possible. Like, I mean, you could, but it's just like, yeah, you can't.
People will notice.
Right. And like, and the smell, like, traditionally my shits do not stink. Not to toot my own horn or whatever it would be considered, toot my own colon. I'm not sure, but they like
Don't do that.
they never stink like at all. When I'm making them, sometimes the smell's there, but it doesn't linger. The smell of some of this shit is astounding. I'll say that.
It's just you getting cleaned out, man.
Yeah, and there's like some of it looked weird, especially early on. Now it seems like we're pretty much just in these like light brown, soft serve, whatever, But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would recommend like if you at least have to be like close to a bathroom regularly, I feel like you could do it. I would love to hear you do it. I feel like if you did it, it would be fucking
I was
shocking.
gonna say, is this like a kit you bought, or is it like a bottle of pills? Because I'll take some pills. I'll do that, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's a bottle of pills. It's like $15 on Amazon. You take the
Huh.
first 4 nights, you take one pill, and then after that, you take 2 pills. And that's what I also thought. Like, so Friday was the first day, Friday was the first day with 2 pills, and I was really worried like that was what was gonna like kickstart everything. And yeah, you get like a lot of stomach cramps, like when you're gonna have diarrhea, and it's like uncomfortable, but it's really not that bad. I don't think it's been Yeah, too terrible. I also don't know. It's one of those things that like now I'm like halfway through it and I'm like, I also don't know if I'm really seeing the benefits. Like I really thought there would be more weird stuff in my shit and just really like blast it out. But now I just feel like I'm
I was saying,
shitting all the time.
watch me take it, and I am just like, oh my god, I don't think you were taking them right because
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly like I've been thinking that while I'm shitting. I'm like, I feel like if he took these, we would not have the same results. Like his would be like
no, oh my god, I feel like mine
unbelievable.
are so big and ridiculous already that like if I was to, oh my god, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, because mine
But
feels
go ahead
like
and send me the link for it anyway, because I think I'm gonna do it.
right. Well, yeah, just be careful. Yeah, be close to a toilet. You don't want to like get caught up with a customer and shit your pants.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, like I literally could take a shit right now. A couple minutes ago, um, I thought I was gonna have to be like, actually, we're gonna have to pause so I can take a shit because yeah, they come on
Wow,
pretty hard, and it feels like
that's unheard of on this show.
right. I mean, it's got to happen someday, of course, but
Yeah,
yeah.
of course.
And like I traditionally can hold them for a long time, you know what I mean? Up to 8 hours at
Hmm.
points. And these I don't think I can hold on to them at all. I'm doing it right now, but like it definitely doesn't have the duration that I'm typically accustomed to.
I mean, if we got to pause so you can go rip one out, you just let me know.
No, because it'll be a whole thing, and I think I can hold on to it, and I'll cherish it more when I finally get to unleash it.
I really hope this isn't the episode where you shit your pants. I hope you save it for 150.
I mean, well, if I shit my pants in this episode, we'll just label it 150 and figure it out later. Because, yeah, I mean,
Okay, I
that's
like that.
perfect. But if there's a time for me to shit my pants, it would probably be fitting now when I'm actively cleansing my colon.
Mm.
But, I mean, I can't, I don't know. I pissed my pants. I threw up. I'm purposely taking weird shits. We got to go back to normal life. Like, this isn't good
I
for
was
me
saying we
anymore.
gotta. I think you and me need to at least like get together and drink beers or something because like your body is starting to reject life itself. It
Right.
feels like, and we got to do something about that.
Yeah, I was pretty scared for like drinking and then doing the colon cleanse. And I've been good when I'm drunk. I still remember to take the pills, but I was worried some morning after beer shits mixed with cleaning my colon. That seemed like a
Mm.
recipe for a ass disaster.
That seems like a recipe to really get your stuff cleaned out.
I mean, it does. But yeah, I think and now it just feels like it's not going to get really crazier. So I think I'm just coasting with these similar dumps from now on. I think all the fun was early on, and I'm honestly, if
We'll see.
my honest, yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
you're in the eye of the storm right now.
I would love it because my honest review, I don't feel like I had one shit that like changed my life. You know what I mean? Like that, even
Hmm.
when I have diarrhea, which I, like I said, isn't very often. I hate it. It's like uncomfortable. It sucks. Your ass is burning. It's a whole ordeal. But at the end, you feel like, wow. You know what I mean? Maybe today is the
I
day
am
that I make
good.
my life better. I start eating right because I clearly just got rid of some shit, literally. Like
I
maybe
clearly
now,
just got rid of everything wrong.
yeah, maybe now I start over and I'm a different person. My life has changed because of one bout of diarrhea, and then you eat like a whole Papa John's pizza instead, and you realize you're just
Yeah,
cursed to be the same forever.
you're just cursed to be the same piece of shit day in and day out until you die.
Yep. So yeah, I haven't had one of those like real serious
Life changing
revalue.
doesn't make you a life changing shit that turns you into not a piece of shit.
Right. One of those that at least makes you reevaluate your life. You know what I mean? You of course don't do
Yeah, one
anything,
of
but
those
you
things that
definitely think
makes
about
you,
it.
yeah, it makes you think about being a better person.
Yeah. Like when you're super drunk and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna change this.
I'm going to change everything. I'm going to wake up in the morning. I'm going to wake up early, in fact. I'm going to wake up and exercise, and I'm going to eat a good breakfast. And then you know what? I'm going to meditate for a little bit. Then you sleep until 1:30 in the
Yeah.
afternoon because you got so drunk the night before, and you wake up. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. You're like, well, there's
You
always
wake up.
tomorrow.
You wake up with your you wake up with your friends, and you've all missed your alarms somehow. 4 grown-ass men slept through all the alarms going off
For 2 hours.
for 2 hours. It's insane.
And you're like, no one in this hotel is hearing 4 grown men's alarms go off for 2 hours and being like, Jesus Christ, you have to go get them. They're probably dead.
No
That's
one
the
is
only
checking.
answer.
Yeah, that is literally the only answer. If I heard an alarm go off for 2 hours, I'm like, that person is dead.
Yeah. But sometimes it's just that you went to bed 2 hours before that and you had a real serious plan of waking up in 2 hours when you're this drunk and it's 4 in the
We're so
morning and you're going to get
stupid.
up at 6 and get on the road to beat the traffic when you'll still be drunk, you
Stupid.
fucking idiot. What's wrong with you? And then you wake up at 8:30 in a panic.
What I love is that this wasn't a plan that we had when we were like bright, bushy-eyed young men. This was like a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, this was literally just not that long ago. And I feel like this always
Yeah.
happens. You get drunk and you're like, yeah, let's just wake up 2 hours. All you need is, I could go an hour, honestly. We'll be up, we'll be on the
Honestly,
road. That way we can
why
get
even
home.
sleep? Let's just go right now.
Yeah, that's usually what's brought up. And I'm usually, don't want to toot my own horn, but smart enough to be like, no, guys, we have to get at least a little sleep. 2 hours will be perfect. Flash forward to 6 hours later when I wake up in a haze of what the fuck is going on.
There's no breakfast downstairs anymore. They're just closing everything up as we get down there.
Actually, I am going to take you up on that offer of pausing to take a shit because it feels like I could shit my pants right now. So hold on.
Okay. Okay. You've really blasted that one out pretty fast.
It came out shockingly. I got to be honest with you. I thought I was about 83% sure that I shit my pants.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. We were just talking. I don't know if all the talk about it has really worked everything up. But then, like, it didn't even feel like a fart. It just felt like warmth. And I was like, oh no, I really hope I didn't shit my pants. Like,
I get those sometimes, and I'm just like, oh, what is that? And then like you go and check, and it was nothing.
Yeah, because then I like hopped in the bathroom and sat down, and then it immediately shot out like pretty violently. And then
Thank God.
I literally had to pick up my boxers and make sure that, and I was even like, I'm not seeing anything, but I don't believe it. It felt so much like I shit my pants.
Huh.
And I wanted to,
Second thought, I'm not going to buy these. So.
Well, that was the first time, and that felt more so like what I've been searching for, I guess. It would have been fine if we weren't in the middle of recording. I was like, I really don't want to shit my pants. I know it's pretty on brand, but like, I feel like it would definitely
I know that we've talked about shitting our pants on the show before, but I didn't think it was going to be so soon.
Yeah, and it would.
I thought we were going to have to sink so much lower first.
Yeah, I know. It definitely would feel like a low point, especially with the recent pissing off my pants and the vomiting. If I shit my pants, I think I might just scrap everything in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to give up.
I'm not gonna,
at this point, you've lost control of all your bodily functions.
Right. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm just going to, get rid of everything I know and own. Because you can't kill yourself, because then it'll be like, local man kills himself because he shits his pants. And you're like, that implies I do it more often.
Yeah, and you don't want to be known as that guy.
I sent you a text.
You don't want it to be like 100 years from now, and some local school kids are doing a report on people that lived in your town 100 years ago, and the only information they can find about you is guy that died from shitting his pants.
Yeah, and it's like, at least it says died, and then it's like, correction, suicided himself. Like, not because of the shitting of the pants, it's just, it was a low
Your
point.
ghost is there in the school for some reason.
Yeah, and they're like, oh no, it's the ghost, the ghost still has shit in its pants, don't let it touch you, ew.
Oh, don't let the shit covered shitty ghost touch you. The shitty ghost, and you're like, no,
and
stop it.
Then the headline says, first confirmed sighting of 100% real ghost, no clickbait, has shit in its pants. And you're like, no, god damn it.
100% confirmed real ghost sighting, shit in his pants, not clickbait.
I sent you a text. Did you receive it?
Scared for my life.
I want you to. Yeah, I sent you a photo. I want your.
Cute.
So that's what just happened. But in just one, not even push, just one release. That's all it was. Just one thing, and that's what happened.
You you've been eating some vegetables there.
It's quite the opposite, my friend.
Oh,
So yeah, if that
what have you
helps
been
you.
eating? Nothing but 6-month-old expired government cheese.
No, just KFC sides.
Oh
Not
God.
not the actual chicken, the sides. They're
So
fine.
green beans, potatoes.
No
Did
green
you get the
beans.
potato wedges before they discontinued them?
I have, yeah. I didn't get them recently. I did not get discontinued potato wedges. They just would not budge
They're
on that.
gone now.
I know. That's what they kept saying. I'm like, I think if you take several fries and squish them together, we can get in the ballpark of them. Why won't you do your fucking job?
Just go to Long John Silver's and tell them you want the fries squished together by hand.
Yeah, it's so yeah, it's just sides. But I hope that picture maybe gives you a base of what I've been dealing with. Because yeah, that's just one push. I could have taken more time and I think continued things, but that's just what literally came out of me. That's why I had to
I would
take
say
a break.
that's just me. That's just a regular me. That's what that looks like.
That's why I would be very interested in, because that's not even close to regular for me. Not even.
Really?
Yeah, it's drastically different. Mine are normally dark.
Yeah, that's just normal for me.
Yeah, which doesn't seem right, I'd have to say. I don't want to judge
Well,
you
I don't
more
know
than
what to
I
tell you.
commonly do, but that just doesn't seem
Uh
right.
huh.
Mine are normally dark brown, traditional dumps in the bottom of the toilet, not all in the top and all over the place.
I mean,
And
mine vary, but I would say that what you just presented me with was pretty standard.
yeah, see, that's like if I take that shit, I know that there's something wrong with my stomach.
Hmm. Well, I
This,
mean, I eat too much cheese for being lactose intolerant.
I mean, that yeah probably doesn't help. This might be the
No.
nastiest episode. Do you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. But like I kept thinking this like while you were talking about the test tube ones that you haven't touched but fall apart, I was like, this is the nastiest fucking episode we've ever done.
But I feel like we've said that before, and I wish I could remember what
Yeah, I
was
feel like
so.
we've said equally nasty things, but like this one is just like go for go, like just a nasty fucking episode.
Well, it's just shit. I wonder what one of our loyal listeners, figure out what episode we
What
said
was
was the nastiest one before.
yeah, what's the nastiest episode we've ever
Because
done?
I can't imagine. But I mean, there's been shit like we've said before, like cum stuff, and you know what I mean. I think there's a lot of room for
Cum
this.
stuff and pussy stuff and
Yeah, we used to talk about cum and pussy, but now all we know is shit.
yeah.
It
Because we're
happens,
because we're not having any experiences with cum or pussies recently. We're just having shits.
right? I mean, it happens. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're just shit people now. Now looking, I feel like
Oh, that sucks.
when I have to edit this one, I'm going to be like, yeah, this is one of the ones that people are going to be like, you spent too much time on the one thing,
Yeah.
which is literally just shit because we talked about wombat shit. We taught you a fucking fact, you assholes. And then we talked about my shitting experience and just shit in general. So it wasn't so much one thing, it's just the universe of shitting.
It was just the topic of the episode. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I
People
mean,
like things with topics all the time. People often say that we don't have a topic. So we finally give people a topic and all they want to do is complain.
you can never please the people. I also just remembered
You
that
can't make anyone happy.
I also remember that someone threw up from listening to that one episode, so I think that maybe means that that's the
Oh,
nastiest episode.
yeah. Which one was that?
I don't know. I know what made the
God.
person vomit. I don't know when it was. I know it came out like around my birthday last year.
Yeah,
So
God, what was it? Shit.
I don't know. I'm sure I could.
We'll look into it. We'll have to repost it for this week's episode.
Yeah, I can find it right now pretty easily because yeah, I remember I was out of town for my birthday when we got the information that it had made someone barf, and that is what we call a high watermark in our career, ladies and gentlemen. Is a
That is what we call making it in the business, baby.
yeah, because I never thought I would be able to read a story on a public platform that made someone barf. Because I didn't call me jaded, but I don't think I can like barf from just hearing or reading things anymore. I feel like I'm a more visual
I mean,
person.
I mean, I think it all depends on the context for me. Like it's been a while. Like the last thing I know I've said it, but the last thing I read that made me puke was American Psycho. It didn't make me puke. It just made me feel ill,
Yeah, I've read
like I was
things that
gonna.
make me feel like, yeah, like unpleasant, or like I've even had like a light gag or two in my life, but yeah, I don't know if I can actually get like a vomit out about a written word. Yeah, the episode is episode 106, Elitist Illuminati.
And
I
what is it we were referencing?
It's that Reddit story.
That doesn't help.
It's the what was it technically? Jolly Rancher?
Oh yeah, that helps.
Yeah, that helps a lot. You never forget your first Jolly
Oh,
Rancher.
you never forget your first watermelon Jolly Rancher.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
episode
now I'm thinking about it.
106, if you somehow are in these later much worse episodes instead of the early still pretty bad ones, go check out 106. It made a person vomit. It's not our story. We're just reading something that we found on the internet, but it's pretty unpleasant.
Apparently.
Um, let's get to the email that we have, and it comes from Beer Gut Berry, and he says, "Hi, dads. No, I'm the only one who leaves emails. I was gonna leave a voicemail, but I'm too drunk, on brand as Barry and Australian, to call an international number from here. I'm very drunk. Anyways, as an Australian, flip-flops, or thongs as they are called here, are common, and Crocs are amazing. Miss mine a lot. Lost mine while creaking/mountain climbing. Must get around to getting another pair. What I'm really submitting for is to find out what your favorite Australian horror movies are. The Babadook is an Australian horror movie. The Wolf Creek movies are worth watching if you haven't seen them. Fun slasher films about the Australian outback. Anyway, hope this causes a decent discussion for the podcast. P.S. I said singer Amy Shark was the most attractive person out of Queensland, my state, but I forgot Margaret God damn it. Margaret Robbie was born in my state, and she
Margot
wins.
Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Oh yeah, no, she is so. I just watched Birds of Prey last night. She is so fucking fine. Oh my god.
I'm popping a quick Google because I don't know who that is.
Oh my god, she was the wife in a Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh yeah. She's pretty hot.
Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, I've never seen that, but I've seen porn parodies.
Who hasn't?
Also, PPS, don't drink with old high school buddies. It always ends up with you drunker than you planned. PPPS, hope I'm not too drunk to make this unreadable and a crappy submission. Hope you're safe. Still love the podcast. Signed, Beer Gut Barry. Thank you, Barry. We love you.
We love you, Barry. We love you so much. You're such a good lad.
And you are the only one that ever sends us emails, so thank you for doing that.
We do appreciate it.
Australian horror movies. I like The Babadook, but I've never wished death on a child in a movie more than any.
Oh my god, you are not fucking kidding. Good lord. I have never that movie made me never want children. You know, like that movie just made me be like, dear God, what if I have a kid and they turn out this shitty or shittier?
Yeah, I was 1,000% like, and I feel like it happens a lot. Like when I watched Breaking Bad, I kept being like, I want this fucking wife to die. You know what I mean? Like, please get to the
Skylar,
episode.
Oh, she needed to die so fucking bad.
Yeah, please get to the episode where they kill this bitch. And then it never happens. And yeah, when I watched Babadook, it was like the same thing where I was like, this child should be murdered. And they should show it in the movie. And it will be great. And we will all have a good time about it.
And we will all love it. And we will all laugh. And we will all clap. And we will give it an award.
Right. And yeah, like I think it's a good movie. I feel like it gets maybe like a little bit too much praise. I don't know. I always feel like it's
sometimes
like people I feel like always lump it in with like other like more recent very popular horror movies, and I'm like, I don't know about that, but yeah, it's a fine movie. I watched
I would say it's very good, but I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's a classic or anything.
Right. Like, yeah, I think like people will remember it, but yeah, I don't know. I think it gets a little bit too much praise, but it's super good. I'd probably have to watch it again, honestly, because I don't remember a ton about it, but I thought it was good. I haven't seen Wolf Creek, but I feel like it's been recommended to me several times, and I think I just always forget about it. So I need to,
You would love them. Oh my
would
God,
I?
would you love the Wolf Creek movies? Oh, holy shit, yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I feel like I,
If you didn't love the Wolf Creek movies, I would be very surprised. It's right up your alley.
yeah, I feel like I can't. I feel like I like tried to watch it once or started it. Something happened. I don't remember, but yeah, I'll definitely
You
check it
probably
out.
didn't like
Cause
the Australian accents. You were probably like, I can't do this.
I mean, maybe, but I feel like Australian doesn't bother me as much, and I've been getting better because I've been watching so many movies and like a ton of them are or like TV shows. I'm watching this one show and the main guy is British, but the rest of the people aren't. I'm trying to get better because people get so offended when I say I don't like stupid voices. I watched a
I mean, I don't get
movie.
offended necessarily. I'm just like, okay, well, you're missing out.
Yeah, I'm not worried about offending you. It's all the other people.
Yeah, you never should be.
Yeah, it's not possible. I watched a movie recently that I'm pretty sure is an Australian movie called Triangle. It's from like 2010 or so. And it was really good. It's fucking super weird and like a concept I'd never seen before. It's basically about like a boating trip, and it's like super well done, like kind of like a mind fuck movie. You know? Have you ever heard of this?
Hmm.
Um,
It sounds familiar.
yeah, it's like hard to really say anything about it without giving some of it away. It's definitely like one to go in blind. Um, I yeah, I seen it recommended on something and I didn't read about it and I watched it and yeah, it's super well done and it's like a whole like yeah, it's just I don't even know how to like really describe it without yeah, giving any of it away. But I yeah, if you like
Hmm.
yeah, I'd say like mind fuck, not like there's nothing like crazy about it, but like I don't know what you call those ones where they're just like kind of like how we watch Coherence and it's just like what do you consider that when it's just like weird and like you know what I mean? I don't know how to ever explain
There's
that.
part of me that thought like Coherence was like sci-fi, I guess, but like
Right.
there's also it was like I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know what you would like a mystery, but
Yeah,
like a supernatural mystery. But
maybe.
supernatural doesn't feel like the right term, you know?
Yeah, I know. I feel like with certain things, there's not like a way to explain it, and it's because it's so weird, but they're super good. Because, yeah, sci fi always makes me think of like aliens. Mystery always makes me think of
Yeah.
like a fucking detective movie or something I have zero interest in. And yeah, that's like, I feel the same way about Triangle as I do about Coherence. I think Coherence was better, but they're the same type of like, those movies where you're like, what's going on? This is weird. Like, it's like a alternate reality type thing. Like I wish there was just a term for these fucking movies because yeah, I consider them like mindfuck movies, but I feel like mindfuck could also be like some of the crazy shit I watch.
Yeah, you
So
can't really say that.
yeah, I mean it's there's just not a way to do them. But yeah, Barry, if you haven't seen Triangle, I feel like that one might be my favorite because I guess I've only really watched Babadook or Triangle that I know are Australian. And it's probably because I just watched this like a month ago, but I would recommend that. It's yeah, very very interesting. Um,
If you pull up Coherence, it says it's a sci-fi thriller.
yeah, I feel like that's probably the best way. Let me look at what.
Like as accurate as it's gonna get.
Yeah, I think there's just not. Sometimes I feel like there's not a like a good genre
A good
or
label.
yeah, it's not. I wonder what Triangle says. Let me look and see, because yeah, I feel like Triangle is almost more confusing. It's never really actually confusing, but it's like more confusing to explain. Because yeah, Coherence definitely feels more like sci-fi because there is a lot of like references to like aliens and stuff, even though it doesn't seem like that actually happens. I don't know. Yeah, this says it's a psychological thriller, which is not at all how I would explain it.
Hmm.
So yeah, we don't know how to explain things, but I would watch them and then tell us you guys watch them and then you tell us what they are so we can stop being big dum dums all the time.
I don't think we're ever
Uh
gonna stop being big dum dums.
We could be smaller dum-dums.
No, you can't lessen it.
Yeah, a smaller dum-dum, and then when you take off our wrapper, you realize there's a Native American chief with a bow and arrow, and that means that you get a free one.
But where do you get the free ones?
I know. How did that happen?
I think it was just a rumor. It was just a stupid rumor that people spread around, like Marilyn Manson sucking his own dick.
We've been over the fact that is fact, 110%.
It's not real.
I've got the doctor's records to prove it.
So you went to the doctors and got a free one?
No, I'm talking about Marilyn Manson's dick.
Oh, you do not. That is not real.
It's super real. I'm looking up the dum-dum thing. I've already heavily researched the dick thing.
Is it? No, it's not dum-dum. It's Tootsie Pops.
No, I swear it's dum-dum.
It's Tootsie Pops.
No, the fuck it's not. I never even ate.
It's a Tootsie Pop, motherfucker.
I'm looking at a picture. What the hell is this? What am I even looking at?
What am I looking at? Where am I? What is this?
Because I'm looking at a picture of both a Tootsie Pop and a Dum Dum. So I'm like very confused. Because
And they both have the Indian on it?
It's clearly on the Tootsie Pop, and then there's just a weird thing on the Dum Dum. And I'm trying to like read this unreasonably long article. To also understand what I'm.
That's why I missed the monitor.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was gonna say, you know how it works on the podcast when we suddenly bring something up, and then you realize like I'm not gonna get the answer that I need as quick, but I also can't just sit here and read a fucking.
But you're fucking dedicated.
Article, and yeah, I want to know. Okay, let me see here. Nobody seems to know how the rumor got started, least of all the folks at Tootsie Roll Industries in Chicago, Illinois, who have been politely deflecting mail-in requests for free Tootsie Roll Pops ever since the 1930s. They maintain there was never any sort of official promotion or contest associated with Tootsie Pop wrappers. Where the notion came from remains a mystery.
Interesting.
Yeah, could you, since 1930s? Like, you just get
I've been
letters.
right about something since 1930.
Well, you just get letters all the time of like, hey, give me the free thing. And you're like, no, unfortunately, it doesn't exist. And you're just constantly, since the 1930s, just getting letters.
And then what? You stand by the mailbox and expect to get a lollipop in the mail, and that's your fucking like that's it? Like that's what you did back then for fun? Oh, I'm going to wait for my free lollipop in the mail. And then what? They would send it to you in an envelope and it hopefully wouldn't be smashed in the mail on the way there?
Well, I mean, in the 1930s, that probably could be the highlight of your week.
Well, yeah, you're not kidding. But then what? Or they would at least, send you a voucher to go to a candy store just for the guy to be like, oh, we don't take these here.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is the 30s, kid. It's my store. I make my own rules.
Yeah, and it says for many years the company responded to kids who wrote in to claim their free Tootsie Pop with an apologetic and surely disappointing no. But since 1982, they've also enclosed a short work of fiction called The Legend of the Indian Wrapper, apparently intended to serve as a sort of consolation prize. The fuck?
That's stupid. Give me the free sugar.
Yeah, if you're taking the time to print up The Legend of the Indian Wrapper.
You can print up a coupon for a free Tootsie Pop from a Phillips 66 or something, jackass.
I mean, yeah, that seems like that would get out of hand. Just going into stores.
Oh, that would get out of hand so fast.
Especially because, what's the value of a single Tootsie Pop? 10 cents?
I don't know. 30 cents?
Yeah. So it's like, wow, what? As a store owner, you wouldn't even send in the coupon. The coupon is probably worth more than the actual, you know what I mean? Everybody's getting fucked.
That's why you have to send in the coupon.
But why the hell is there an Indian shooting a bow and arrow on the wrapper? That's the answer I want.
It's just something stupid. It's just something stupid they do. I don't think there's an answer.
No, there's a bigger thing here. We could uncover this. We could be the guys that figure it out. Come on, why won't you side with me?
We're the guys. We're the ones who do it.
I'm on Snopes to figure this out. Also, just so you know, there's a on Snopes currently one of the most popular articles is did COVID-19 kill Chuck Norris? I didn't even hear that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it?
Yeah, he's fucking dead, dude.
Is he really?
Yeah, Snopes just says big yes. Chuck Norris, super dead. No, you think you wouldn't have heard that fucking Chuck Norris died? You remember when everybody had the Chuck Norris jokes?
Oh God, remember when we all made remember when the podcast was exclusively Chuck Norris jokes?
Yeah, the early years. Again, folks, if you're just tuning in, don't forget to listen to the first 57 episodes, which were exclusively Chuck Norris jokes. Varying funniness, I'd say. But, you know, they can't all be gold.
You know, you can only do so many episodes straight of gold Chuck Norris jokes.
Yeah, I don't know. He's alive, and you can't get a free Tootsie Pop. This is terrible.
God, what an awful shit way to start the week.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, luckily this comes out on Friday, so it can just ruin your weekend. As someone's listening to the podcast driving to the post office to drop off their Indian Tootsie Pop wrapper, knowing that they'll get one in return.
Oh my God!
And then we break it to them, but we break it to them after they dropped it in the mailbox, so now they just know they're a dumbass, and the people at the Tootsie Roll Corporation open it up and laugh. Like, this fucking grown man wanted to get a Tootsie Pop. You know they're only worth 3 cents, you fucking piece of shit.
JG Tootsie is sitting at his desk like, what a fucking moron.
JG Tootsie.
Call 877 Tootsie now.
No, 877. No Tootsie for you. You get nothing.
877. Have you mailed in a fucking ton of Tootsie Roll wrappers with Indians on them trying to get a free sucker? And they just sent you a stupid little story about the legend of the Indian shooting the star? Call now and we can get you compensated for all those Tootsie Rolls that you should have gotten in the mail. You fucking idiot. It's just a piece of old candy. What's wrong with you? Get a girlfriend.
Yeah, this is what I would like to do is file a class action lawsuit against the Tootsie Roll Corporation.
Against Tootsie?
Yeah, we got to go up against the big dogs. You know what I mean?
We're taking out Big Tootsie?
Yeah, Little Tootsie, technically.
Ooh. No, Little Tootsie would be the little rolls.
Well, we want the whole Tootsie thing. I'm talking your traditional Tootsie Roll, your huge Tootsie Roll bank full of small Tootsie Rolls, your Tootsie Pops, your Tootsie Rolls with
almost comically large Tootsie Rolls that you're like, how does anyone eat this?
Right, that's going to be a big dog. I want your Tootsie Roll other flavors that people love to ignore, and then occasionally you get them, and then you try one, and you're like, this is why people love to ignore that these exist, because they're shit. They're all shit.
The vanilla ones are the best. I don't know what you're talking about.
Vanilla's not a flavor. It's a lack of flavor.
Vanilla Tootsie Rolls?
I don't know if I've had that, and if I haven't had a Tootsie Roll in probably a decade. I haven't had a flavored Tootsie Roll
because they got
in
the
75
orange,
years.
The lemon, and the vanilla.
Yeah, I remember the orange because I had hopes for the orange, and it's bad. Lemon, I don't even know why that was an option. Like, that just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vanilla, I could believe in it if I ever get around to finding some dusty old container of these, because it feels like you don't see them anywhere in real life ever. Then I'll have to try one.
I feel like you have to go to like an old candy website and order Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah, I feel like you have to break into an old candy factory, like that one that's in Chicago that a lot of rappers would use to shoot music videos in, but it's haunted.
You have to break into the old Tootsie Roll factory.
It's haunted with the different flavored Tootsie Rolls. This one tastes like boo.
You can get a Tootsie Roll mega mix of the 5 different sizes of Tootsie Rolls.
There's 5 sizes of Tootsie Roll?
Yeah, let's see.
Extra small, small, medium, large, fucking huge. Is that it? Did I get it?
Tootsie Roll Mega Mix. Available in a variety of popular sizes and varieties. It doesn't tell you what they are, though.
Perfect. Buy a bag of who the hell knows.
It has them on the front, but like I can't describe them properly.
I'm Googling.
Because you got like so you got like the short little ones, and then you got the long thin ones, then you got like the big ones.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
But I don't see where the other 5 are.
You're not describing these well. Oh,
Or
yeah.
you could get 700 midgies. They're called midgies?
I just saw that as well, and I was going to let you know that your vanilla ones are called midgies, which feels offensive.
Yeah. There's apparently 8 assorted flavors of Tootsie Fruit Chews.
Huh. There shouldn't be.
But vanilla, orange, lime, grape, green apple, blueberry, cherry. And then what is that one?
Riveting podcast.
Riveting podcast. Just old ass candy. What's next? We talk about Zots.
Oh, no, you can't talk about Zots. There's not enough.
You ever had a Zots?
Yeah, like a trillion years ago. When you try
like a billion years ago during the Depression.
When you try every candy, like when you're younger, because you are like, all candy is good, all candy is created equal. And then, yeah, once you get past your household names that everyone actually enjoys, and you start getting into disgusting things that shouldn't even be labeled candy. Like, this was candy because the times that they were created in were so brutal that anything that wasn't super fucking...
anything that had a minor amount of sugar in it passed as candy.
Right, because your life was so hard that you couldn't even deal with sugary sweets to that extent because... you would never be okay.
It would be too much joy for you.
Right. Yeah. So your dusty old piece of shit candies, I tried, and then you learn that they're not all the same, and to just stick with the good ones.